Okay, so now we're going to get into the actual optimizing of the products and what you do to kind of, set the price, modify the description, choose the images, because a lot of times you'll see that some of the images are bad, some of them have, watermarks on them from the manufacturer, and you want to avoid that if possible. You're not always able to, but it can be a small, minute detail. And then you're going to change, listings and stuff like that. So initially, this is where you'd add it to the collection right here under the name. We haven't added any collections yet, but I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can go back into your product listing and set the collection, according to what you wanted. So like I said, this might be, action figures or something like that. And you can add them later. You can also add them later in my products. So it's not the end of the world or anything like that. But I'm just going to go through a couple examples with you. Obviously, I only added 4 here. You can see that I have 4 products in my import list. And like I said, the search products is where we were before. This is the page where you're going to find all your products, kind of sort through them and add them to your import list. This is the Oberlo homepage where you're searching and adding products to your import list, which is then going to import them into your store. So what's going to happen here is, first and foremost, I'm going to change the name. So this is the Stormtrooper helmet. I'm going to go with Star Wars LED collectible. Can't spell, obviously. Collectible helmet. Something simple. And then obviously you can put this on your homepage. What that will do is that will add that to your featured products or your hot products section. Like I said before, that those rows and columns at the bottom. So I'm going to add this to the homepage. You can also add this to a different collection. Like I said, I'm going to show you before. And essentially what the type is just a description of your product. I'm going to say helmet and what it is. Okay, maybe not. Helmet. And basically to describe what it is like, say you were drop shipping clothes or something like that. What your type would be shoes, it would be shirts, it would be, maybe pants. That's the type. And tags, obviously, SEO matters a great deal with drop shipping sites. So you're going to want to tag your pictures with certain names and keywords. You're going to want to obviously optimize if you do have an about section, or, you do have the description in your homepage, you're going to want to kind of SEO that out. So, kind of plug in keywords as best you can possible, because that's going to help you with Google search results. But like I said, there's some plugins and cool tools I'm going to show you later on in this course to kind of better optimize your SEO. You can obviously outsource it too, and you can use Google AdWords, all things that we're going to get into. So for tags, you're going to go through. I'm going to tag it Star Wars. I'm going to tag it LED helmet. I'm going to tag it Darth Vader. I'm going to tag it Storm Trooper, and I'm going to tag it Toy Kids, stuff like that. You can go through and tag it as many as you want, take as much time as you need. Then you're going to go to the description, and this is where you're really going to want to put some time in here. You can see that when you look at a lot of dropshipping sites, and this is a big problem with dropshipping sites, a lot of people just leave these like this, and you don't want to do that, because what it says is, hey, I'm a dropshipping site. Hey, I don't really care about my products that much. I'm literally just using the same description as them. I don't even take enough time to, write out a description, and what it says to people is, I don't care about this product, so you shouldn't care about this product. So what I like to do is, you can use these if you'd like. I recommend not doing that. What I'll do is I'll kind of space down, and I'll eventually delete all this, and I'll write out, maybe a 2 to 3, not long sentences, just kind of funnily describing the product, because A, this is going to help with SEO, your description on that product page, and B, it's going to kind of, a lot of people will just look at the picture, some will read the description, and you don't want to lose out on sales just because you left these generic things in here, like brand name, Paradix, what is that? The series number, the one side, like these are things that don't need to be here. So I'll write out a 2 to 3, maybe 4 sentence description here, and you can utilize some of these things in here, like for 3-year-olds and up might be one of your sentences. Obviously, you're going to want to put this, some thought into this and kind of put it in sequence well, but don't use this, delete this stuff. You can utilize it, kind of these keywords in here in your description, but I wouldn't use those. I'm not going to take any time to write out a description here for you, because Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory, but just to give you an idea, don't keep those generic, just, labels. You're going to want to write out your description for you. This one only has two variants. It's got a black and a white. One of them is a Stormtrooper, and one of them is the Darth Vader mask, like we saw. So obviously, one color is black, one color is white. I'm going to switch the SKU, which is SKU is just my identifier for it. So that will allow me to know what my products are named. So I'm going to say that this is the Darth Vader mask. And if you one easy way to do it is if you're dropshipping something with a lot of different variants, I like to kind of name it here, and then I'll go like the color to dash color and size, like black L will be Darth Vader mask in a black large. But obviously there's only one size here, so you don't need that. But just something to keep in mind to kind of help you kind of organize and identify. That will better help you identify how much products you have in stock, when you need to kind of drop your inventory. Obviously, that's not a huge deal for me right here because you can see there's 717 that this warehouse has, 739 of these. But if you do have something with a low inventory, it's something you're going to want to keep an eye on. And it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. But obviously, like I said, it's not something you have to worry about too much. A lot of people stress not selling out of things. And while you don't want to have too many things selling out, especially if there's something that converts well for you, it can help you to actually have some things that are sold out with that sold out badge. Because like I said before in the previous lecture, it helps with that authenticity and that trust factor. It helps give you that social proof that, hey, other people are buying these. Obviously, other people have been on this site and purchased things, and there's some demand here. So I should feel that way. I should want these products too. And that's something to keep in mind. I love that. So, you don't have to be too concerned with inventory all the time. Obviously, you're not going to want to keep things sold out for decades and long periods of time. But if you do actually, not notice that something's sold out, it's not the end of the world. It can look good on your site, to be honest, in my opinion. So we're going to say Stormtrooper mask. Or I think we said helmet. Let's go with helmet. But this is just examples, guys. Obviously, you're going to go through your products and do them to the best of your ability and kind of really implement good tags and a good description, a good product. You're going to want to put it in your collections once I show you how to do collections and give it a type, and not keep the generic name because obviously that looks terrible. It's just the general manufacturer's name that they give it to it. So after you're done this, you're going to change all your prices. You can literally go through and change them all separately, or you can go up here and change all the prices and set a new value for each of them. I like to keep them. This is the price and this is the sale price. So what I'm going to do is, vice versa. This is the price and this is the sale price. So I always have mine on sale because, like I said, I added that sale badge. So this is just to give you an idea. 306 is what you pay for it. So whatever you set this price difference, that's what you're going to make on it. I'm going to set this. I'm going to go in and I'm going to set new value for the price. I'm going to say we're going to start it at $24.95. And you can see that $24.95 minus 305 is like, 21 rough ish dollars, a little bit more, maybe almost 22. So that's what you'd be making on this if somebody makes a purchase. So you can kind of see and kind of imagine if you scale it up and you start even making, if I sold 2 of these a day, it's a little over $40, almost $50 a day, just selling 2 of these. And you should most definitely be able to start scaling it up and start making sales if you utilize the things that I show you to drive traffic. It's very, very possible. So this is the price what you're going to be selling it at right here, $24.95. This is the price people are going to pay on your site. The compared at price is the original price that they see that it looks like it's discounted from. So I'm going to say it's discounted from $49.99. That looks legit. Discounted to $24.95. So it's almost $50, and it's discounted a little bit on their half. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to images next. Images next. And you kind of pick out which images you like. Obviously, this one's the original. I don't like that. When you do change your images, and I'll show you when we go into my products, it can, if you have a bunch of variants, it can take the image off the variant because some of these are the initial variant images. So you're just going to go back into and change those. And I'll show you in a second how to do that. I'm going to choose this Darth Vader mask because I think that's a great one. I'm also going to choose a side view of that. I'm going to choose the Stormtrooper helmet. I'm not going to add the back of that because it makes it look kind of cheap. I don't like that. I'm going to keep this one in white. I'm going to keep this one in black because I like that look. And I think that's it. I think I'm just going to keep those. And you're going to want to go through and make sure that you can see, obviously, the check marks on it are the ones that are good. So I think that's only the 4 that I have. Yes. All right, and then we're done basically. So what we did was we did the name, we added it to a collection. Obviously, I put it on my homepage, which might say something different depending on what you added, under your hot topics or your trending products or whatever that was. You can add it to another collection later on. We haven't added any collections to our site yet, but I'm going to show you how to do that. We did the tags, we did the type, we wrote out a description. Obviously, I didn't physically do it, but I told you how to do that. You're not going to keep those generic tags. Or those generic descriptions. You're going to want to write out your own good description, because that's what's going to sell your product, guys. Quality over quantity. You can have 500 products, but they all have generic normal descriptions and the same manufacturer product tag. They're not going to sell. People are going to know that they're cheap. They're from overseas, and you don't want that. All right, so then essentially what you're going to do is you're going to action, or I'm just going to push it to shop actually. And what that will do is send it to my products. And then you can do that for literally every single product in your import list. And then I'm going to go into and show you how to kind of alter it in my products, because it takes a little bit of time to kind of get there. Obviously, you see it's not here, 100% here yet. So that'll be the next one, guys, and then we'll go on from there.